Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Joe. I'm the training officer at the Art Society House, and I'm going to do a video showing you how to link a YouTube live stream to a scheduled Zoom meeting. A Zoom meeting or a Zoom webinar, this is the same process of linking a live stream for both. So this video is the same process. It will cover both, whether you're doing a meeting or a webinar. So the first thing to mention before I start is that it's important when you're doing this that first of all, you've already scheduled your meeting. I have mine here in my upcoming. And also that you have already set up your YouTube channel. If it's the first time you're doing this, when you are setting up your YouTube channel, there are a few details that you have to put in, and then it takes 24 hours for it to authenticate. So make sure you do it in some advance. When you're coming to setting up the live stream, the best place to start is to have two tabs open. I don't know if you can see this, but I have in one tab on my internet browser, I'm using Google Chrome, I have Zoom, and on my other tab, I've got YouTube. Actually, I'll just go back to the YouTube homepage so I can show you how to get to the studio. So I've got YouTube and I've got Zoom. So the first thing I want to do is just open my meeting by clicking on it there. And now I have the details ready. Going back to YouTube, you can see that I'm signed in. What you want to do to begin with is if you look up next to, in the top right hand corner, next to where you've got your image there, your profile image, further along you've got this camera button that has a little plus sign inside it. And if you hover over that, it says create. You want to click on that and then click on the Go Live button from the drop-down menu. And that takes you to the YouTube studio. You have a menu on the left-hand side. You've got Manage Webcam and Stream from the bottom up. You can click on Stream to do what we're about to do, but the safest way, I think, is to, when you're on Manage, there is the upcoming streams menu, but there's also this blue button, the schedule stream. I like to click that. If you've created a live stream before, it will come up with a prompt to reuse the settings as a template. But if I was to do that, it would defeat the point of this tutorial. And also, I do like doing it from scratch every time, just so I know that there isn't anything that I've overlooked. So I create new. Okay, and so this is where it's asking us to put in the first batch of details for our live stream. So the first thing we need to do is to create a title. I like to just copy the same title that I have for the meeting as it's taking place in Zoom because it makes things straightforward for anybody that's attending, helps them know they're in the right place. From the drop-down menu here, you know where it says public, you can see there's three options: public, unlisted, and private. So what public means is anyone can search for and view. That means that anyone from in the world who is on YouTube, if they were to type into the search bar, hypothetically, Zoom training, and this is what the Zoom meeting was about, then they might stumble across the live stream, which we don't want. We don't want lots of people from the internet there, so that's not ideal. Unlisted means that only people with the exact and specific URL or web address would be able to find the video, and only by using that web address. And by that I mean this thing here, and that is the best option because it means that we will have that in advance of starting the stream, and that would be the invitation link essentially that we'd be able to send to our attendees. Private's the third option, and that basically means, as it says, only you can view as the person scheduling it, and that would be fairly pointless unless the purpose of you doing a live stream was to have it as a recording. So we'll choose unlisted. You can add a description if you like. From the subject drop down, with the Art Society, we tend to say education. And then you need to put in the date and the time. One of the annoying things with this that doesn't make an awful lot of sense is that when you change the date here, it doesn't change the date here. I don't even know why they bother with the date here, but it won't change while I change it now. Let me just check what date I put this as. I set it to the 12th of January at 11 a.m. So if we go there and from the drop down calendar, click the 12th of January, and then the time, you see what I mean? There isn't any option to even change the date here. But don't worry, it doesn't affect anything. It's just a design flaw that they must be hurrying to fix. So there you've got the title, you've got it unlisted, it's education subject matter, it's the 12th of January 2021, and it's taking place at 11 a.m. This upload custom thumbnail is basically where you can upload an image that will act as a holding screen for anybody that visits the link before it actually starts. So you could use, it gives you a choice to upload an image from your desktop, and you might want to use a society logo or a piece of artwork or an introductory message for the lecture. The next section is the audience. It says, is this made for kids? And this is required. Just click no here, because essentially if you click yes, then you're required to fill in all this legal documentation. And it's just a better use of your time to click no there. Once you've done all that, we don't need to bother with the age restriction either. Once you've done all that and you're happy with what you've put in there, you can create stream. And my stream is created. Here it is. Where previously my upcoming streams was blank, I now have this one taking place on the 12th of January. So essentially what I've done now is I've created a YouTube live stream and I've created a Zoom meeting taking place at the same time and called the same thing. The only thing left to do now is to link them both together, because YouTube and Zoom aren't the same website, they're different websites. So you need to link them both together with a couple of codes so that they know that one should feed into the other. So what you need to do in order to do that is you need to, first of all, click on the YouTube live stream that you've created. And it gives you this window that looks very technical, but don't worry, because most of it, if not 99% of it, you can just ignore. Once you've got this page ready, you need to go back to your Zoom. And on your Zoom meeting here, you need to scroll to the bottom, past all the information that you've got here with the invitation link, etc. Just scroll to the bottom. And at the bottom here, you can see there's a button here that says live streaming. You need to click that. And then you will have a button, I thought I deleted this, you will have a button here that says link to custom streaming service. And when you click on it, you get a window that appears like this. You'll probably have your email address and your password there for your Zoom account, but you can just delete that because it shouldn't be there and it isn't relevant to what we're doing now. So you can just delete it and you'll have an empty window like this. So what we need, as you can see, add live stream service, is it says stream URL, stream key, and live streaming page URL. So the first thing we'll go and get is the stream URL and the stream key. And if we go back to YouTube, you'll see that if you scroll down here, and I'm just going to move myself to the right hand side. If we scroll down here, in the bottom left hand corner where it says stream settings, we can see stream URL and the stream key. Those were the first two things that it asked for in Zoom. So make sure you get them the right way around, because they're reversed here. The first thing that it asks for in Zoom is the stream URL, which is this one here. And it looks like a YouTube link. So the first thing you can do is just click the copy button and then go back to your Zoom page, right click and paste. Stream keys, the next thing it needs. We go back to there and it's this one here, stream key. And if we take a look at it, it's just a higgledy-piggledy bunch of letters and numbers which are illegible. So you can just copy that, go back to a Zoom, right click and paste. You can show that if you like, to just make sure you've pasted the right thing, and that looks about right. And the third thing it asks for is the live streaming page URL. Now don't confuse that with this backup server URL, because we don't need that. That is not the link that we need. The live streaming page URL is actually found if you go in the top right hand corner of this page, where there's an arrow that points right and it says share if you hover over it. If you click that, then it gives you the I can't remember what it called it the URL, the live streaming URL. You can copy that by clicking this video link here. Going back to your Zoom and pasting it in there. And it says there, anyone using this link can watch the live stream of the meeting. Essentially, once you are advertising the event, if you're asking everyone to come and see it on YouTube, this is the link that you'll send to them. Save. And to demonstrate that now, if you were to then send this link to someone, if I want to copy this, and then if I open a new tab and I click paste and go to that, this is the page that they'd be taken to. So this is where the custom thumbnail would be, the image or the holding screen that you put up. And as you can see here, it says live in 3 days, because that's when it's taking place. So once you set up your live stream, this page will exist here until it's finished, until it's started and then finished. People will be able to chat here, they'll be able to type something, or they'll be able to comment here. And you can see it's on my channel. Anyone that visits is able to set a reminder, but essentially that is the live stream set up and ready. So now you wouldn't even need to think about it until it was time to start until it was actually time to start the meeting. So now what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that it's the 12th of January and it's, 20 minutes to 11. So we're going to start this meeting and we're going to initiate the live stream. So the first thing we need to do is click start this meeting, open the app, let me move myself back into the corner where I started, join with my computer audio, and then click the more button and ignore these ones, Facebook, Workplace or YouTube. Ignore YouTube. What we want is the live on custom live streaming service. So we click that and it opens. For me, it's on my Microsoft, it's Microsoft Edge is the default browser, but it will be different depending on your device, but you'll have this page, which means Zoom is connecting to the live. So now Zoom is connected. What you need to do is you need to go back to YouTube, click the create button, click the go live button, because what we need to do now is we need to go back to the YouTube live stream. Click manage. Computer's being a bit slow at the moment. We need to click onto our live stream. And you'll see this where it says green and you've got excellent connection. That means that the Zoom and the live stream are now connected. So what we need to do is, once it's just loaded, this button goes blue. Looks like you're ready. Click here to start streaming and you click go live. And once you've done that, the YouTube live stream begins. You're live. Essentially, so what I did there was, the first thing was, just to recap, I clicked more and I clicked on the live on custom live stream. And then I went back to the YouTube studio, went back to my scheduled live stream, and I said go live once they're connected. And when you want to end the live stream, you just click the red end stream there. So that is connecting a Zoom to a YouTube stream and initiating the stream. It's worth saying as well that the only reason that the it's so blank at the moment is because obviously that is what's in my Zoom meeting as well. But that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you found that useful. Thanks. Till next time.